What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about and ranking our top 10 small forwards, affordable small forwards, right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Now, what does that mean? Well, no GOAT cards are going to be featured. No Invincible cards are going to be featured. Why? Well, guess what? Because if you wanted me to do my, top 10 small forwards, actually, it'd be something along these types of lines. You got Giannis, you got Bob Pettit, and then obviously you're going to have, I'm trying to think who was the 100 overall. You're going to have Jermaine O'Neal on there. You're just going to have so many of these 100 overalls, and then it, to me, just, loses value. Obviously, if you've got Giannis, if you've got Bob Pettit, if you can go get Jermaine O'Neal, those are some of your top 10, actual small forwards. But for affordable options, somewhat affordable, that's what our goal is coming up with today. As we do dive into our number 10 being Danny Granger, if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Appreciate all this recent support. Granger's solid. I mean, I feel like his release is okay. It's not as good as some of the people's on this list, but it is really solid. Wish he had a better leaner. The normal leaner is fine. Defensively, he's okay. Danny Granger's the type of guy, let's say you got him out of a free unsellable pack. Granger can play, and he's a card you can definitely trust to have on your court. No, he's not going to be the best small forward in the game. Defensively, he's just going to be pretty mediocre, but he's going to be able to at least get the job done being 6'9". He's solid. Very solid at that small forward position. Comes in at my number 10. At my number 9, we are plugging in the Dark Matter Luol Deng, a card who I've kind of went back on and forth where I wanted to put him exactly on this list. He's got a great 3-ball. He's got great defense. The KD leaner is one that honestly I like, but I don't know. I haven't used it enough to really love it. I feel like I don't necessarily love KD cards, and outside of that, I just haven't used a whole ton of people. And so, Luol Deng's obviously good. How high you want to go with him really depends on, where you're at with that leaner. He's a perfect 3-and-D type player. Going to give you more defense than a guy like Danny Granger. 110% Luol Deng can play. Coming in at my number 8, we are plugging in the Dark Matter Tim Thomas. When Tim Thomas came out, everybody was so hype about the card. And obviously, Tim Thomas was okay, but I feel like he never really got to that elite level. And I don't know why. When I'm looking at Tim Thomas, the card looks elite. And obviously, people like him. But every time I've played against Tim Thomas, he's just been okay. 6'10", defense is okay, not great. Still feel like if you get a souped up Tim Thomas, this card is so elite. And again, height runs the game right now. So him being 6'10" obviously is so important when you're up against guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you're up against, who knows, maybe a guy like Alexis Agenza, Tim Thomas is going to be able to go out there and compete at a very high level. Coming in at my number 7 here, we've got Dark Matter LeBron James. As times went on, I've just gotten lower and lower on this LeBron. He's still obviously really solid, release on very quick, great defense, and maybe I should be higher on him, but he sees no real updated SIGs. His release is the same. His leaner is the same as the LeBron leaner. Everything about this LeBron card is the exact same. And in a game that, evolves over time and we get better and better cards, it's just hard for me to be that high on LeBron James, especially offensively, knowing he's not going to really be able to, 3-hunt that well compared to a lot of other guys. A lot of other options here that will be featured on this list. At my number 6, we are plugging in the Pink Diamond Michael Beasley. As far as guys that I've had success with creating offense with, Michael Beasley's at the top of my list. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Do I think Pink Diamond Michael Beasley is as good as Dark Matter Michael Beasley? No. But I will say this. I think as far as ease to play with and ease to green, I think Pink Diamond Michael Beasley is easier to green with, whether it's the leaner, whether it's the catch and shoot release, compared to the Dark Matter Michael Beasley. I genuinely do. Now again, release isn't as fast. Pro 2 obviously is easier to get off. But I'm serious. When I tell you Pink Diamond Michael Beasley is the elite of the elite, no, I believe that. Pink Diamond Michael Beasley is so elite on this game. Coming in at my number 5, we're plugging in the Dark Matter Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, no, he's not going to be as good as the Invincible Giannis, and I'm not even ever going to remotely try to make that case. But I will say this. In a game in which height's important, in which defense is important, you can't sleep on Dark Matter Giannis. His release is super easy to time to green. It's not necessarily the easiest to get off, but it is super easy to time, easy to green, and defensively, Giannis is going to be an absolute GOAT for you guys. Giannis is going to be Giannis, and as long as you got somebody like, I'm going to say this. If you've got this Giannis on the floor and his, primary job is just to play defense, you're fine. Because guess what? They can't leave him open. You leave Giannis open, he will make you pay. At my number 4, we are plugging in Andrei Kirilenko. Now, Andrei Kirilenko is an interesting card here because it starts and ends with his release. He's got the Matt Ryan base on very quick, which obviously is elite, incredible. It's what, MJ has. Normaliner wish that was better, but he's 6'9". He's going to play great defense. He's got a great jump shot. Outside of that, I mean, that's all you can ask for. Sure, you might wish, well, Ty, I wish you had the Pro 2 leaner. And that's fine. That's a fine thing to wish people had. But guess what? He's a small forward. He doesn't necessarily need to have all of those things. Movement-wise isn't necessarily that great either. But again, the catch-and-shoot release is fantastic. And defensively, Andrei Kirilenko is going to be absolutely incredible. At my number, I'm going to switch things around right here, okay? At my number 3, we are plugging in the Dark Matter Josh Smith. Now, I'm biased for Josh Smith. Why? Well, I've used this card recently on my main account. I sold him the other day, but he was my small forward for a couple of weeks. And when I've used Josh Smith, I've loved the card. Let's start with this catch-shoot release. The Drummond Marcus Morris Sr. on very quick. Super easy to time, easy to get off, easy to green. I love it. Pro 2 leaner. That's why he's ahead of Andrei Kirilenko. It's really that simple. If AK had the Pro 2 leaner, he'd be up here. But I absolutely love Josh Smith. And honestly, I'm going to say this. The 100 overall Josh Smith is basically the exact same as the Torpedo Josh Smith. And so for me, that just makes me like Josh Smith that much more, that there's really no difference between the two cards. At my number, not Tim Thomas, okay, I got carried away there. At my number 2, we're plugging in Tyrus Thomas. Nobody could ever make me hate Tyrus Thomas, ever. MPJ, Dirk upper on very quick, solid. Pro 2 leaner, incredible. As far as movement, okay. But the big thing to me here is he is 6'10", at the small forward position with a great release, great defense, can create his own shot. And again, he's 6'10", right? You're looking at 6'9" Josh Smith, 6'9" AK. Obviously, Giannis is taller, but Tyrus Thomas is 6'10". To me, I think he's better than Tim Thomas. To me, I think he's in here at my number 2. And the best part about it is, again, he is in the festival, which obviously, again, still not going to be cheap to get necessarily. But as far as guys that are worth it, he's more worth it than all of the Dark Matters, in my opinion. Coming in at my number 1, Michael Beasley. To be honest with you guys, it's not even really particularly close. I think when I'm looking at things, it's like, I think the difference between Beasley and everybody else is large. Now, again, I don't necessarily love Beasley's dribble style, but his release is elite. He's got Pro 2. He's just so good. And I don't even know how else to phrase it. As far, is he affordable? Yeah, he's expensive, but he's still way under $1 million MT. And so for me, when I'm looking at things, give me Michael Beasley over anything else as my top affordable-ish small forward right now in the entire game. Now, a lot of these guys, honestly, especially like my 5 through 2, I think you could really have in any order. If there is anybody I left off this, I do apologize. It's just tough because I want to get affordable options in here. But again, if I missed out on any of your favorite small forwards in the game, let me know, because I'm sure I did not get the list perfect, but didn't want to include Invincibles, didn't want to include 100 overalls. Yes, I know a lot of you guys might have these 100 overalls, from like free packs. Like a lot of people probably have Chris Webber out there. He'd probably be 2 on this list behind Michael Beasley. Like, he's elite. A lot of these cards are so good. So obviously, if you have 100 overall, for the most part, use them. They're going to be really solid. But as far as like me trying to help people in who they should pick up, I like doing it this way just slightly more. That's going to wrap it up for our video today. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Who are your small forwards that you're running on your squad right now? Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.